Hi, this video is going to be about being misunderstood. And I think for a lot of us, I know for me, that was that was almost at the core of my depression and frustration the last year or so with the narc. And to give an example, have you ever stood in line somewhere? You're waiting to get in line. Say it's at a say there's a big sale going on. It's a really once in a lifetime sale. And so you get in line about 2 hours early and you're standing in line and you kind of get to know the people in front of you in line and then behind of you in line. And you talk to them a little bit, but you don't know them that well, but you just, you stood at the back of one guy's head in front of you and just kind of gotten to know your environment. And so, you know what, you realize you got to go to the restroom. So you say to the guy behind you, say, hey, look, do you think you could hold my spot in line for me? And the guy's got earbuds on or whatever. He pulls them out. He says, what's that? Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. And so, he puts his earbuds back on, and you go away for 5-10 minutes because you got to walk to the restroom, whatever. And so you walk there, and then you go to get back in line later. So you go up, and then you kind of walk up in line, and you recognize the guy with the earbuds, and you notice that he's not really kind of like moving away to make a room for you, because you were in front of him, and you had, there's a couple feet between. So you kind of went up there, and then he kind of looks at you. He pulls his earbud out. He's like, hey dude, what's going on? You're like, oh, hey, thanks for saving my spot in line. And he's like, I didn't, what are you talking about? You say, no, you were here just a minute ago. I was in line with you. Dude, I think you left, man. You can't get back in line. And so he's a real jerk. But what you try to do is you try to defend yourself. You try to stick up for your point of view, and you're misunderstood. There's a set of rules that society has, and when you're around your narc, those rules are constantly violated, and it's frustrating because you're playing by the freaking rules, right? And these people, when they don't play by the rules, it's very frustrating. They have their own set of rules. So let me park here so I can get a little bit more. So that being misunderstood. Now, you know why the narcissist wants you to be misunderstood, because the more confused you are, the more unsure you are of yourself, the better position they are in the relationship, the more they can manipulate you and control you. But being misunderstood is so frustrating. Makes me think of that song Pink sings. I think she sings it. It's called Misunderstood. But yeah, being misunderstood is in a normal, healthy relationship, people will work towards an understanding. People will work to try to make sure that everyone is validated and understood, and the communication is open in the relationship. But one way to not be misunderstood and get rid of that is to go no contact with the narc. And if you do have contact, if you have to absolutely have contact, like if you have kids or something, or property or something, then get everything in writing, because that way you can take what somebody said to you, or take what somebody wrote to you in writing, and you can pass that to somebody else and have that somebody look at it and validate it and say, am I misunderstanding this, or what does this say? That's what I did when I discovered the hotel receipts that my ex had. Now, I pretty much knew that she was cheating and having an affair, and it looked to me like she was based on the hotel receipt. But instead of taking that hotel receipt and going over to her friend's house and leaving the hotel receipt in the car and then telling my friend what she did, here's what my ex did, blah, 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 which was her friend. I went and I took that hotel receipt and I gave it to her and I said, what does this look like? And she was able to tell me what she thought it meant. And so we were on the same page, so we understood each other. You know, in business, if people were misunderstanding each other in business, it just wouldn't work, you know? The business would go bankrupt, okay? Yes, and being misunderstanding is, like said here below, it's a form of gaslighting. They want you to misunderstand. They want you to be misunderstood, but they want to be understood. They want things the way they want, when they want them, how they want them. And they want them done now, and they want you to read their mind too. You have to read their mind, right? You have to understand them. Oh yeah, they need to be understood. You know, if they change their mind from one day to the next, you need to understand that with them. But you, on the other hand, you're misunderstood. And again, it's to keep you off base. So, if you're being misunderstood, you're going to be able to come to a place like Dana's group and get understanding, be understood, right? You'll be understood here when people say, I got you, I get it. That's so validating. I can't tell you how validating, how my sense of normalcy, my sense of being a functioning, normal human being felt when I was validated, when I felt like I was understood. And I guess that's part of validation, right? Or the other way around. Being understood, being heard is part of that. Being acknowledged is part of that. And being validated that, yeah, you got it right. You know, that goes away in these relationships. Now, I can't always say that my relationship was that way. In 20 years, there were some good times. But we had an understanding, and the understanding was, and maybe see if you guys get this, the understanding was that if you believe in the illusion that the narc has set out in front of you, and you buy into it, and you want to because you want to love this person and, you know, believe in them, then everything's great. Everyone's on the same page. Everything's understood. But what happens, and what happened in my case is, as the narc got older, as they needed more supply, as they felt like they were envious of the people around them, they wanted more and more and more and more and more, and you weren't enough. I wasn't enough, okay? She wanted more money, and at the time we were closing our businesses. She wanted more attention, which I was going into depression. I couldn't give a lot of people a lot of attention. I didn't feel good about myself. She needed somebody around her who felt good about her. Well, I didn't even feel good about myself, so I couldn't even give that to her. So instead of getting the positive attention, she flipped it to get the negative attention, but that still wasn't enough. The negative attention, being around me and me being like just curled up in a ball, worthless person. Because when you're depressed, face it, you feel worthless. Now, are you worthless? I mean, maybe outside productively, you might be worthless. But yeah, we're never enough. Exactly. We are, you know, my mother, who's very supportive, told me about my ex. She says, you know what? If you would have made $1 million, which, you know, a few years ago we had quite a few successes. She said she would have wanted $2 million. So it's never enough, okay? We're never enough. These people, you got to understand that the narcissist has a bottomless pit of supply. It's never enough. They can never have these aha or these moments that we get where we feel like everything's good. You know, when things around me now are still and I'm alone and it's quiet, there's a sense of peace. They do not have that because they don't have a sense of self. They need other people to reflect back to them what they put out in the world. They say, well, I want to be this most important person. I want to feel like I'm the prettiest around. So they project that out to people. They tell people, you know, I did this and I got this. I was in a beauty contest 10 years ago and got first place, and, you know, Miss, you know, small town 20 people USA. But they have to build themselves up. And the narcissist, in order to believe that illusion, in order to reinforce that illusion, they have to have it reflected back to them. And the way they do that is through you. They have to have you around. And your only purpose there is to reinforce their illusion, is to help them believe the bullcrap. When you buy into the illusion, everything goes great, right? You know, everything's sailing along. She's a beauty contest winner, and or for the women out there, your narcissist man, he's the most hunky. You know, I mean, when you're married to somebody, you build them up. So you want to maybe look at them, and you do have that marriage, that thing that's ordained. I mean, it's ordained by God, right? That marriage thing. So I did look at my wife as you know, I did put her on a pedestal. I think you almost have to a certain degree. This is my opinion here, but I did put her on a pedestal because I wanted to cherish her. I wanted to, you know, to lift her up and to build her up. But I think the narc takes it to a degree that it's insatiable. It's nonstop. Okay, and it's unhealthy for me too, right? Because if I'm always giving, if you're always giving, but you're never getting anything back, I didn't realize it, but I was so unhappy. But I convinced myself, yeah, it's just marriage or whatever. But you know, it's been a while, you know, since we've been married, so things will kind of, you know, lose their luster or whatever. But it was a one-way relationship where I'm constantly giving, and not getting anything back. So let me see here. Yeah, they're shells. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, remember that Disney thing? Oh, I can't think of the name of it, but mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? Well, they have to have that. They have to have the mirror tell them that they are the fairest of them all. And guess what? They need a talking mirror. There's no such thing as a talking mirror. There might be like a gadget or something like that, but I'm talking about you are their talking mirror. The only reason you are in their life is for the useful purpose you have for them, and that is to enforce the illusion, reinforce the illusion, build them up, give them attention, give them adoration. I'd say give them love, but they don't know really how to love. They love what you can do for them. That's how they love you. Snow White, thank you. It's Snow White. I don't know why I forgot that. You know.
Would you like a bite of this apple? Oh, here, child. Oh, it will make you feel very good.
I took a bite of that apple about 20 years ago. Yeah, so anyways, I'm getting a little silly here, but validation, you'll feel so much better when you break away. See, right now instead of you being misunderstood, you actually, instead of being like, you know, in a position where you're going somewhere and you're giving energy and you're getting energy back, positive, with the narc it's not like that. It's not even you're giving positive energy and you're not getting anything back. That way you'd be neutral. With the narc, it's you're giving positive energy and you're being sucked. That positive energy is literally being sucked out of you. So it's a very destructive, unhealthy relationship. I'd rather have a relationship where, a friendship, say, where, you know, we just don't talk every day or whatever. I'm not living with this person, but they're not sucking the life out of me either. So yeah, they're draining us with the poisoned apple.
It's just a little baby apple. It'll make you feel so good. It'll take away all your problems.
So I got to get back to work, but I wanted to, if I felt it on my heart. I felt it on my heart, darling. I want you back, baby. You're so special to me. I won't do it again, I promise. I know this is the 37th time I've cheated, but I'm done, baby. I'm done. I'm so I got myself crocodile tears. Baby, I won't do it again. Is she gone yet? Oh, is this thing off? I hate that. Oh, it's still on. Oh, baby. Baby, I've been praying on my knees. Pray is spelled P-R-A-Y, baby, not P-R-E-Y. I know, I've changed my ways. Baby, I've changed my ways. I'm the man you married. I can't believe we go this back. Baby, I got real tears. Baby, take me back, baby. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.